say I will be the one to let this go.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Ask the Team. This is episode number 25, which means it's quite a momentous one, and not purposefully, but it looks like this one's going to have a special theme. Yeah, England. No, not England, the royal wedding. So the reason it's got this theme is because I've got some questions about that, not posed by my regular viewers, but posed by some other people, because I posted, my Facebook fans and Twitter fans will know that I posted a comment onto the barely political video that they did for the royal wedding, and I posted one and it was the most liked. Then I posted a reply to someone else's and it also got into the most liked, so my two comments were the most liked for about an hour and a half. So I had so many questions in the comments and I thought, you know what, number 25, it's the perfect time to answer them. So I won't read out the original thing I put because there's no point, but I will put I'm just trying to get out of the way, I'll put both of them there so you can read the questions while I continue talking and see what I wrote or what got into the most likes. You can see what I said that people liked. But so the questions are most of them are quite negative, to be honest. People that didn't think the royal wedding was a good idea, didn't think it was worth our time or a day off or stuff like that, which is a bit weird. So there's the questions. You can always pause and go back if you want, but now it's time to go on with the questions. Here we go. The first one comes from jmanis92, I think I said that right, and it says, don't you agree our generation don't seem to have much respect? Well, I think in some respects our generation do have a lot of respect for different things. It depends what we're looking at. In this respect, talking about the royal wedding, and to be honest, I don't think our generation appreciate the royal family and the royal wedding in the light that maybe we should do, because I think most people just think, oh, they're just pouring money away and getting rid of it, but it does bring on. Think about how much tourism it brought us just over the last few weeks, people coming to see, and obviously where William and Kate met is now a famous attraction, and the wedding was attended by 1 million people on the streets, let alone who were sitting there at home watching it. And so all of this adds up, and it actually helps us to get a load of new money. So I do think I don't think there's a lack of respect as such, I just think there's a lack of understanding. So the second question comes from Fleeting Ray, and they say, shouldn't the money have been spent that was spent on the wedding, shouldn't have been spent somewhere else that's more worthy? And I guess by that you're talking about kind of poverty and like the Japan earthquake, stuff like that. Well, I think this is a tough question in that in some cases it could be argued, yeah, maybe we should have spent the money there, but it's never going to be right. There's always going to be people that complain, isn't there? There's stuff like the royal wedding which provides happiness and hope for the whole of the nation, and the whole world watched it. But if we gave all of our money to, and I know this is going to sound weird, but if we gave all our money to, and I do agree, it is good causes and it is goodness that's happening that we're trying to help in third world countries or places that have been affected by natural disasters. If we did that, people would still complain. No one is ever going to be happy about it. So I think that money was well spent on the wedding, because you've got the money that was spent on poverty and then the money that's spent on the wedding, because we've already spent it on poverty and we can't solve it no matter how much we put towards poverty. But so, as I already said in the last question about how much tourism and stuff it has brought and will bring to the country, so I do think it's a good thing too. So the next question comes from Vendetta77, and they say, why is a stupid wedding so important? Well, it brings happiness to the country in this difficult time where there's so much badness going on and so much unhappiness. Like, there's natural disasters, there's humane disasters, and there's poverty and all this kind of stuff. There needs to be something to look forward to, and this wedding's done so many good things amongst the few bad things that everyone's been mentioning. But it's obviously, there's got to be, it can't be a stupid wedding, because there's obviously enough people that thought it was a worthy thing to watch and something good, because it had every single trending topic on Twitter during the wedding. Everything was to do with the wedding. So there's obviously some point. So the next question comes from the Gear Gamer, and they say, don't you think the money's better spent on your education system? Because they're from a different country, from the US. But they said, surely you think that the money should be spent on your education system, which is especially true for me. And I do agree in some respects that money's being cut everywhere at the minute, and so maybe it would have been a good idea to put some of the money towards education, but some of the money that we make in the tourism will undoubtedly be used in a good way towards things like that. So as I said, this is a bit of an unusual episode today. Usually I'd answer questions that you all sent me, and I did have so many questions that I was meant to answer this week, but they're all in a database that I'll save ready for next week's episode. I just thought number 25 we'll do something special, especially as I've got so many questions to answer on Barely Political's video. So that's why I did it. So there's no announcements today and no shout outs, so I'm going to go straight on with the videos to feature. And I know I shouldn't do this, but I am going to feature videos today, so here we go. The first one is The Lazy Song by Bruno Mars, my new music video parody. You can go watch that there. Hope you like it. Then up there is the Telling the World official music video. That's April's one, that's May's one. Then up there is my Judas Thoughts video. The reason I put that there again this week is because last week I said to you, look out for a new video that's coming soon, either this week or next week, that's something to do with Judas. And it didn't come last week because that was Bruno Mars. So you're clever enough to work out what that means. So I'll just leave it there. So thank you for joining me for another episode. If you'd like to respond to anything that I've said in this episode about the royal wedding, leave it below. Or if you've got comments, leave them below. Or you can send me an inbox message and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So please subscribe and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.